Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay, and if it's your first time here, I am an investor, a digital marketer, and a newbie YouTuber. So in this video, I'd like to talk to you about Robinhood, the best way to place orders, sell orders, and ultimately make money while using Robinhood. Stay tuned. Later in this video, I'm going to be giving away some of my favorite books on investing, and I hope that you enjoy. Let's get into it. So when you set up Robinhood, it is going to ask you for your bank information, social security number. You are actually setting up a brokerage account. So don't think that it is, trying to rip you off or anything like that. It's not. It's standard procedure for any brokerage account to ask for this. So if you don't use Robinhood and you want to use Webull or something like Charles Schwab or Fidelity, they're all going to ask you for it. So don't worry too much about it. It is safe, secure. They're not storing your information, and they're not trying to rip off your identity. After they verify your information, you'll be able to fund the account. You're actually going to need to transfer money from your bank account or another brokerage into Robinhood so that you can use that cash balance to place orders and actually buy stocks. All right, so now that you're ready to go, I'd like to do a quick review of the app with you, and then we'll go into some more specifics later on. So the first thing you'll notice here is you get this really nice dashboard, and on the top you kind of see where or how my portfolio has performed in the last one day. And this is Friday because today is Sunday and the market is closed. So we have 1 week, so last 7 days, and then you have the last 30 days, 3, and etc. Buying power is just the cash that you have on hand, and I want to talk a little bit about this in the future and why I'm holding so much cash, but we can do that later on. In this boxed section here, you have a few notifications based on stocks that you either follow or that you own. So you see there's a bunch of them. And then here I actually have my holdings. So it goes from, I have 5 shares of Tesla, and on Friday it was down 0.64%. And then you'll see I have some T-Mobile, which is this one here, and it's up, or was up on Friday by 1.1%, so on and so forth. You can tap the percentage point and change what you want to see. So if I want to do, for instance, let's do total return. So my total return on Tesla was $2,402.92. And you have 100, 184, 601, 89, etc. And some of them, of course, have lost money, like Skills, for instance. And all of these that are red, I haven't actually made any money on. I've lost money. But I am a long-term hold investor, so I am not looking to sell a stock just because it is in the red for that day or a given week. So that's essentially the homepage. Here in the bottom, you have your own list. So you see these different lists. You can put together different stocks that you want to follow. I have essentially just these 3 lists. If you follow my channel, you know that a few months ago I started doing a magic formula review, which is a book that's called the little book that always beats the market, and that is still ongoing. So once we get to a year, I'll publish a video on that and how that's going. You have dividend portfolio. These are just dividend stocks that I like to keep my eye on in case any of them drop drastically and I want to buy it. And then notable stocks are just bigger companies that I'm just keeping an eye on, and at some point I may either make a purchase or do due diligence on it. So anyways, you can add and remove items from this list fairly easy. Here on the right, you have your cash management. This is an entire different service than the brokerage account that's provided by Robinhood. With this cash management service, they're actually going to give you a debit card that you can use. I actually have mine, so let me grab it. Take a look at it. It's pretty cool. It's, can you see that? Yeah. I'll do some B-roll of it. But it's here, come on camera. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool card. You can change the color if you want it to be green. I think they do black as well. I prefer the white. I never actually use this. I just have it in case I want to withdraw money in case of an emergency. But it is essentially just like a bank account, right? It's a debit card. And one of my favorite features about it is that you can lock your card. You can kind of see all of my cash transactions. So I placed an order to, you see I placed an order to buy Carvana, and then there's the rest of them are just dividends that have been reinvested, and we'll talk about that later on too. Robinhood does offer a 0.3% annual yield on your savings. So that's not bad. It's a lot better than any of the other banks, which something like Chase will give you a 0.01 actually. You have ATMs that you can use and draw money out of. And then this, obviously there's this transfer here where I would be able to transfer money from from any account to any account, right? So from my bank account to Robinhood and vice versa. These transfers take anywhere from 5 to 7 days. Here in the middle, I can search for different stocks. So for instance, if I want to go into, the energy sector and I want to look at Chevron, here I would be able to look at some minor stats about the company. I'm not going to go into the stats of the company, just essentially how to place an order if you already know which company you want to buy in Robinhood. So I am going to go into the ETF and I would like to purchase, let's assume I want to buy an S&P 500 high dividend stock. It costs $43. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to hit trade. You see you have 3 different options. You may not have the trade options. You need to enable that and sign another disclosure. It's a much more risky than just buying and selling shares. So I'm gonna actually buy this and I wanna buy, let's assume, 10 shares. So you see on the top I have shares. If you wanna buy fractional, which means I wanna buy it in dollars and I wanna buy, $1, then I would buy $1 worth of the high dividend, let's do a review, of the SPHD. Completely forgot what I was buying, that's okay. And then I would swipe up to actually place the order, which I'm not gonna do now. So go back to edit. The other options I have are recurring investments, so I can set this to buy once a week, once a month, however frequent I'd like. I can do a limit order, which essentially is if I wanna go in here and I wanna place an order for $42. So if the price hits 42, it will place the order. If it never gets to 42, the order will be canceled. So I can place a trailing stop order. A trailing stop order is, I prefer to do these when I'm selling it, because if it sells, it kind of, I'll show you how that works real quick. So let's assume I go to Tesla and I want to sell it and I want to set a trailing stop order and I want to do it for 25%. So if the price of Tesla gets to 916, it's gonna sell because it dropped 25%. Now, if it continues climbing, right, and it goes to, we'll call it 2,000, well, it's 25% of the 2,000 that it drops at any given point of its high point, not necessarily of the point of when I placed the order, not the 12.16.52. It will be of that new price. So going back to our ETF, and I was doing so I want to buy one of the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. I'm going to switch this back to buying shares and I'm going to buy 1 share. So I'm going to review and I'm going to swipe up, order received. And it's not actually going to place because the market is closed. But if the market was open, it would have placed the order. So to sell a stock, it's essentially the exact same process. And I don't actually want to sell anything, but essentially, and I don't want to sell anything for tax purposes. Essentially, I would come in here, hit trade, hit sell. I would identify how much of it I want to sell. So for instance, I can sell all of it by pressing that button there, or I can just sell a share, or I can sell, well, I have 10 available, or I can sell it based on dollars. So I can go in here and I can sell, $250 worth of QDL. Here on the bottom left, we have the messages. These come from Robinhood. So if there's a new IPO available, if there is, for instance, an ETF that's available or was reinvested, then that's where we would see that. I'm sure you can hear that now. My in-laws are here and they're playing with my daughter. We're gonna go grab lunch and I'll be back and see you in a little bit. All right, so I'm back. We had a really good lunch. Thank you for waiting, I guess. And I wanna pick things up right where we left off. So when we're talking about crypto, Robinhood does offer a decent amount of cryptocurrencies, but not as many, or not like such a big list like Coinbase, for instance, or a couple of the other ones that do similar things. You can do, some of the minor purchases like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, etc. The biggest thing to consider when you're buying crypto via Robinhood is that this is not like having a crypto wallet, right? So you're not going to be able to transfer assets either from a wallet into Robinhood or out. And one of the biggest reasons is that Robinhood does report your crypto earnings to the government, and you may essentially get taxed on a lot of your crypto holdings if you do it this way, just like you would any of your other stocks. So if you're actually looking to hold a big portion of your assets in crypto, I would recommend something like BlockFi, which actually gives you interest just to hold your money there, whether it's applied in crypto or not. Or obviously you can use something like either Robinhood or even Coinbase is better alternative. To make a purchase on crypto, we would do the exact same thing as we would for any other stock, right? So you come in here, for instance, let's look at Bitcoin. It's at 62,000. So I would hit buy. Oh, by the way, they're launching crypto wallets. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna hit buy, and then I can pick how much I want in, shares of Bitcoin, or I can buy in US dollars. So if I want $100, that's gonna give me 0.001604447 or 5 or 6. Anyways, Bitcoins. And if I swipe up, we would place that order. So let's go ahead and place an order. I wanna buy $1 of Bitcoin. It's gonna send. And now, because the BTC market, the Bitcoin and the crypto market, they don't necessarily close. You can place orders, either buy orders or sell orders at any time. It's not like the New York Stock Exchange, right? Where it's 9:30 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can essentially trade at any point. So to sell, I made some money. So let's sell it. I'm gonna hit sell all. I did not make some money, I lost a penny. I'm gonna hit swipe up, and there we go. I sold all of my Bitcoin. All right, guys, so that's it for this Robinhood tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If there is another platform you'd like me to do a quick review on, feel free to ask as well. All right, so for this video's giveaway, I'd like to give out 3 editions of The Psychology of Money. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to our channel, comment below on this video, and then shoot me a DM on Instagram, which I will have the link show up. And just let me know that you've done that. You'll be entered into the drawing. The drawing will be finished a week from the published date of this video, and I will announce the winner in the next video, and I will also drop it below in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a great day.